The Nikon Z8, when it was introduced in 2023, immediately captured the attention of photographers and filmmakers alike. It stood out for its ability to pack professional-level performance into a body that was compact and relatively lightweight, offering much of the power of Nikon's flagship Z9 in a more accessible format. This positioning made it an instant favorite among hybrid shooters who wanted cutting-edge capabilities without carrying around the larger, heavier Z9. The Z8 struck a balance that few cameras had achieved before, combining high speed, impressive resolution, and versatile features in one package that worked well across a wide range of professional applications. Even though the Z8 has continued to earn strong praise and maintain steady sales, the photography community has already begun buzzing with speculation about its successor, rumored to be called the Nikon Z8 II or Z8 II. This anticipation naturally raises questions. Is Nikon planning to replace the Z8 too soon, potentially alienating current owners? Or is this the company's attempt to stay ahead in the fast-paced world of mirrorless technology, where innovation never seems to slow down? The original Z8 still offers a strong set of specs that are hard to ignore. With a 45.7-megapixel stacked CMOS sensor, 20 frames per second raw burst shooting, 493 autofocus points, and 8K video recording, it remains a highly capable hybrid camera. But the competition from Canon and Sony has been relentless. Canon's EOS R5 Mark II and Sony's A7RV are already compelling alternatives, while the highly anticipated Sony A9 III has introduced groundbreaking speed with its global shutter. Nikon knows it cannot afford to rest, but it must also avoid devaluing the Z8 too quickly. For current Z8 owners, the camera represents a serious long-term investment. A successor introduced too soon could easily leave them feeling frustrated, particularly if it addresses issues they have already had to live with, such as the early recalls over strap lugs and mounts, limitations in battery endurance, or the heat buildup during extended video sessions. On the other hand, Nikon risks losing ground if it waits too long, as the mirrorless camera market evolves at an extraordinary pace. Timing is everything, and Nikon's strategy here could define how the Z8i is received. Speculation suggests Nikon may push heavily into video performance as a way to set the Z8 II apart. The Z8 is already capable of 8K recording at 30 frames per second, but rumors indicate its successor could double that, offering 8K at 60p. To make this viable, Nikon would need to implement an improved thermal management system to minimize overheating, a feature that would make the Z8 II stand out as one of the few compact, professional-level cameras capable of handling extended 8K recording sessions without relying on external cooling. There are also whispers about oversampled 4K at 120p, which would enable ultra-smooth slow-motion footage, something that would appeal enormously to filmmakers and content creators. Nikon's acquisition of Red Digital Cinema has added further fuel to these expectations. Industry observers believe the company may integrate advanced internal codecs into the Z8 II, with possibilities such as 12-bit NRI and ProRes HQ becoming available. This would transform the camera into an even more powerful tool for professionals who need high-end cinematic features in a body that remains portable. For photographers too, there could be performance gains, with speculation that burst rates might climb beyond the Z8's 20 frames per second. Some rumors even point toward the possibility of 30 FPS raw bursts with continuous autofocus and exposure tracking. Additionally, a pre-burst feature may be introduced, allowing the camera to capture frames just before the shutter is pressed fully, an invaluable tool for sports and wildlife photographers who live for those split-second moments. Autofocus is another area where Nikon is expected to deliver upgrades. Already recognized as one of the most reliable systems on the market, Nikon's autofocus could be enhanced with AI-driven features that improve subject recognition, eye detection, and low-light performance. There's talk of branding this as an updated 3D Tracking Plus system, potentially making the Z8 II one of the smartest cameras available when it comes to keeping up with fast-moving subjects. Ergonomics are also a frequent part of the conversation. Users have praised the Z8's handling but have also noted room for improvement. The Z8 II may introduce a deeper hand grip to improve balance with long telephoto lenses, along with a higher resolution electronic viewfinder similar to the one found in the Z9, offering 5.76 million dots. An improved LCD screen with better outdoor visibility could also make the camera more practical for on-location shoots. To reduce fatigue, Nikon may look at shaving weight through the use of advanced materials like carbon fiber, while also enhancing weather sealing to achieve something like an IP52 rating, features that would expand usability in tough conditions. Of course, none of these rumored updates are guaranteed. Nikon has not made any official announcements about the Z8 II, and timelines remain speculative. While some predict a launch in late 2025, others believe early 2026 is more realistic. The sensor is another point of uncertainty. While whispers of a 67-megapixel upgrade have surfaced, most analysts expect Nikon will stick with the proven 45.7-megapixel stacked CMOS sensor, likely refining its readout speed and noise handling rather than making a dramatic resolution jump. Advanced thermal solutions, such as those involving graphene, sound exciting but remain unlikely to appear in the next 2 years at scale. Similarly, while battery improvements are anticipated, a shift to solid-state cells before 2026 seems improbable. What Nikon must be especially careful about is managing expectations. Overpromising could be disastrous if the Z8 II fails to deliver on the hype, particularly since the Z8's early recall issues are still fresh in many photographers' minds. The Z8 II needs to feel like a meaningful step forward, not a rushed response to Sony and Canon, nor a mere patch for the Z8's shortcomings. If it is perceived as premature or underwhelming, it could quickly be overshadowed by the eventual Z9 II, Nikon's next likely flagship. Price will also play a decisive role in how the Z8 II is received. When it was released, the Z8 launched at $3,999, while the Z9 debuted at $5,500. Early speculation suggests the Z8 II may come in around $4,500 more expensive than the Z8, but still well below the Z9. Whether buyers find that figure justifiable will depend on the realized feature set. If the camera truly delivers 8K 6OP recording, 30 FPS RAW bursts, and professional-level codecs, that price point could seem like a bargain. But if the upgrades are more modest, the premium may feel unnecessary, especially to those who already own the Z8. Timing, once again, will be a crucial factor. Nikon has historically updated its major models on a 2 to 3-year cycle. A late 2025 launch would fit this pattern, but supply chain issues or the simultaneous release of a Z9 successor could push the Z8 II into early 2026 to avoid internal competition. For professionals deciding whether to upgrade or hold onto their Z8, this uncertainty creates a dilemma: invest now or wait for what's coming next. On paper, the rumored Z8 II promises a wide range of improvements: faster burst rates, more intelligent autofocus, enhanced video capabilities, better thermal management, and ergonomic refinements all suggest a camera that could redefine what hybrid shooters expect in a compact professional body. If these features are realized, Nikon would offer photographers and filmmakers a tool with unprecedented flexibility and performance. Yet everything hinges on how Nikon executes. The Z8 II must be positioned not as a rushed replacement but as a carefully considered evolution, one that respects the investment Z8 owners have already made while giving new buyers a compelling resale. And to jump in, if Nikon gets it right, the Z8 II could become one of the defining cameras for hybrid professionals in the coming years. If it stumbles, it risks being seen as an unnecessary step on the way to something better. For now, all that enthusiasts and working professionals can do is watch and wait. The rumors paint a picture of a camera that could deliver significant leaps in speed, image quality, and video performance. But until Nikon makes an official announcement, everything remains speculation. The coming years will reveal whether the Z8 II lives up to the anticipation or whether photographers are better off sticking with the already excellent Z8, while keeping an eye on Nikon's flagship roadmap.